You got Larry Jones up.
All right.
Thank
you. I'm always trying to, get some recognition.
Now, you've been doing this for a very, very long time. You performed in the corporations. I saw you over at Planet Hollywood performing over there, and that's where I first met you. So you've been all over Las Vegas here, and you go to churches, you perform in churches.
Yes, performed in churches, college markets, high schools, elementary. Some movies are coming up. I got a call from a man who's still trying to get the financing. He's trying to highlight me with a cameo. Been performing for a pretty long time now, and I even have free shows in Albertsons. You'll have people following me along.
Wait, you got free shows in Albertsons?
And I walk in Albertsons with a set of CDs and decide that, if I want to sell something, I'll go into Albertsons and act like I'm shopping. I'll just start whistling around. People start following me.
Really?
Because they can't believe it or whatever.
That's how you got her, I see.
The Pied Piper. Pied Piper starts whistling, people follow him.
They follow, man.
Did you get rid of all the cockroaches here in Las Vegas? I haven't seen them at nighttime. Did you start whistling and sending them out in LA, or what'd you do?
Yeah, this place is almost infested almost.
Yeah. So now you have CDs. I know you have CDs. How many CDs you got up?
I have right now. I have about four or five CDs. Now I have a smooth jazz CD. I have a R&B CD. I have two of those. I have some original music. I also do some gospel. I did Amazing Grace and some more spiritual original music. And I'm getting ready to do a dedication to Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah, getting ready to do a dedication to him. And
do you have the white glove?
Well, I gotta seek that out.
Seek that out.
Well, yeah, I'm going to do some dedications to some people that have passed away, like some of the Temptations and different artists, just to bring back, the memory. There's a lot of people that I was alive.
Can you bring Brian Hoffman back? He's the Red Skeleton. He's been buried for a long time. Can you bring him here in the studio?
No, I'm probably pretty sure you can pick up on the notes.
Oh, there's Brian. Come on in, Brian. Wow, he did good. Wow. He wasn't even trying yet.
Yeah, how about that? You must be very psychic, Mark.
How you doing, buddy?
Okay. Well, I've been to your class, level 1 psychic training. I've been to Mike Kirby's class and had a really intellectual, spiritual experience with Mike.
Now, folks out there, what we're going to do, we're going to have people calling and crossing over. If they have any questions for the stars here, or Brian, or Larry, or Mark, they'll ask them some questions. But I'm going to test Mark, too, on crossing over to psychic, because if they do call in, we'll see how good you are, Mark. Okay? You took the class.
I took level 1.
Mm-hmm. So you can do phone readings in that area. In case they don't call in, you can read your girlfriend, or you can read from a book, either way, or you can read Brian. Now, why don't you give the folks your website out there in case they want to get CDs?
humanflute@yahoo.com.
Okay, and your CDs, how much normally do they cost?
The CDs are $10, and people have given me more. I've even got like $100 for a CD. So you can feel free to give what you want, but basically they're $10, and a lot of times I just give them away just because I want the people to know. A lot of people don't understand. So
can you do some whistling of Human Flute for Red Skeleton music?
Yeah, all I gotta do is hear it.
Can you? Well, he can't hear
it. You can hum it.
Larry, you just start singing.
That's good. That's very good. Picked right up on that.
Yeah.
Now, considering I can't hum worth a hoot.
You can't hum worth a hoot.
Why Larry thinks I tell jokes.
Well, Brian, since you tell jokes, you've been a comedian since a young age, is that correct?
Yeah, I started back in '95 actually doing my own routine, and then it slowly developed into people saying, who you remind me of. And because I was very young when Red was taken off the air. And he was still in the top 10 on television.
For a very long time.
Yeah. 21 years on television. Variety show, the longest running to this day.
Really? The longest running?
To this day. Variety show.
Oh, variety show. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Mark, is this going to be the longest running TV radio show in Vegas, or what?
I would hope so. I mean, for whoever's behind it all.
Right. Okay. We got Brother Lee over here. We'll do that for you. Now, Ryan.
Yeah.
Now you perform with Larry Jones.
Absolutely.
Okay. You know, you start off the
Phenomenal
show.
entertainer, yes. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. And how many minutes do you perform before Larry gets on the show?
Between 15 and 20, depending upon how much
You
leisure.
want more?
No, it just depends, and it's probably closer to 15 than the 20, but sometimes it's better. It just depends upon the night.
Now, did you get some of the young generation come up and say, who's Red Skeleton?
Yeah, they have no idea. It's kind of, I just tell them to go home. Depending upon how young they are, I tell them to ask either their parents or their grandparents.
Yeah.
And because they know, because Red went off the air in 1971, and he really never returned. He kind of went pretty much underground. He did a couple of HBO specials, and that was it. For the rest of the time, he did private things like clubs and colleges, and he worked at a casino up in Reno for a while, the Golden Nugget. He spent quite a few years up there performing, and he even had his own show here in Vegas back in the 60s.
Now, what does it take? No, because I'm going to be doing a comedy show here in Vegas every week for the next 6 months, and people always want to know, what makes a comedian? Did you have a tragic childhood? What happened here?
Yeah, I think you do have to have some serious drama in your life and go through some things to express the funny side of life. And for me, it wasn't like it was my idea. It wasn't like that's what I dreamed of doing as I was growing up. It was other people's suggestions. And telling me that I was funny and that I should be on stage somewhere, which I always commented I need to earn a living, so I'll keep driving truck, which is what I used to do for several years.
Wow, and then you became Red Skeleton. Now, I know you're married.
Yeah.
You're happily married?
Yeah.
Well, no, you see, the guy goes to the corner. He had to think of that one.
No, I am. I got a lovely wife. We've been married 24 years. We got 2 kids. They both just graduated college, and they're second lieutenants in the Army ROTC.
ROTC?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Rats on Toasted Cheese?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'll go with that one. Yeah.
Go with that one.
Royal Order of Totally Confused.
Yeah, I know we're going to be going to break in a minute or so. You also do the Munsters?
I'll be
Grandpa?
performing as Grandpa Munster out of Bonnie Springs starting October 16th. And it'll be on the weekends, Friday and Saturday nights. They turn it into a haunted village out there. It's a lot of fun. So I also do that character as well. That's a little more seasonal, playing Grandpa. And I play a cowboy during the day out at Bonnie Springs as well.
He looks amazingly like Grandpa Munster when he does
Well,
the
he
makeup.
does.
All the makeup is incredible.
Yeah, that, I know.
It's
I've
freaky.
seen him, yeah. Did you pick up the old ladies that way?
Well, you know what? Grandpa is a sex machine as far as I'm serious. I couldn't get women to give me the time of day until I put makeup on.
Is it right?
Yeah, and then
Great
they like
makeup.
yeah.
And you get the aliens too.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing that everybody comes out of the woodwork. Everybody loves Grandpa. He's an international icon like Michael Jackson. Doesn't matter what country you're from, you know Grandpa.
And you met the original Grandpa,
Yeah, I did.
and he did a lot for family. He liked women and all that.
Oh yeah, he was a
the
womanizer.
cigars or whatever.
Yeah, smoked cigars the whole time.
Uh-huh.
When I met him, he was in his 80s, and I was surprised to realize the man was 6 foot tall.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Him and I almost looked eye to eye. I had him by about an inch, but I give that up for he probably shrunk, so he was probably 6'1", 6'2" in his day, and in his 80s, you know, you tend to shrink a little bit as you get older. And a very nice man, and his wife and I went out to eat lunch. I was dressed in costume, and it was a lot of fun.
How is it when you go to the buffets as Munster?
I used to go for the raw meat.
You go for raw. We're going to be going commercial. Give out the website real quickly here, Brian.
LasVegasActs.com.
Okay, folks, we'll be right back in a couple of minutes with Brian, Mark, and of course with Larry. We'll see you then.
When it comes to buying a car, more and more women are finding that they're in the driver's seat as the fastest growing segment of car buyers. Women spend $300 billion annually on car sales and maintenance.